right. Starting this off in the bottom left. Choosing this map. Doesn't want a map yet. It's Nyoken. And in the top right, our dominator of the group thus far, really in a big lead with 3-0. It's Gypsy. Okay. So, yeah, it's Gypsy's killing it so far. Overall has been playing very, very macro focused, very safe in the games against Dragon. I would say he played very, very safe. Against Nyoken, he took a risk and did get very far ahead for it. Now we're actually cross spawns, right? That makes it incredibly hard to rush somebody. Also, this doesn't have a buildable center. You cannot go center barracks here to punish something like command center first. I think Nyoken might go command center first this game. Like, Gypsy went for it on Eclipse, where that's one of the maps where it can be dangerous, but he knows that Nyoken doesn't do, like, forward barracks very often. You know, all of us kind of know each other's styles, you know, amongst the scene, right? Like, everyone kind of talks and watches each other's games quite a bit, so... Yeah, no, Nyoken gonna make a barracks. And looks like Gypsy will as well. We'll see if either one wants to go gasless expand or if they want to go into a factory expand. I doubt it would be anything else. Yeah, now we're going to see. Yeah, Gypsy's going to be going for a gasless expand. And nope, Nyoken is taking his gas. Oh, never mind. Gypsy did go gas. Sorry about that. Oh, that's right. Gypsy actually likes to scout on 12, not 13. Normally you only scout on 12 supply when you're going gasless. But... looks like both of them like it. Okay, cool. These guys scout pretty early. It looks like they'll probably find each other second, each of them. And yeah, in this situation, it's pretty likely for it to turn into 3 Factory Vulture versus 3 Factory Vulture. But like I said, Nyoken doesn't do the Vulture play as much. So we could see out of him like a Factory Starport play. All right, second depot's coming up. Very mirrored builds. See how many Marines they want to go. Normally you go 2. Yeah. Here's the fact. Factory for Nyoken. Gypsy's just a tad quicker. Probably because there's no vertical mining. Shake my head. All right. Second Marine popping out, and he'll be able to kill off that SCV then. But certainly they'll both expand. I guess what we should look for is what comes after the expansion. Like, are you going to make Vultures with no add-on? Are you going to go second factory quickly, Starport? Maybe you want to go add-on right away to get a speed upgrade or to get a siege tank out. There are a lot of options there. Oh. A third depot. Oh, Nyoken is going to get a little bit aggressive here. Now, my guess for Nyoken is this is going to be like a 2 Vulture, 3 Marine type push out of him. Gypsy right now, though, is making a Vulture. Okay, a second Vulture as well. That's really good for him. Because when you add the third depot, that means you want to get aggressive. It doesn't slow your command center that much. And in cross spawns, it's like a little bit slower to get across. Notice Nyoken moving his Marines up through the map, but not through the center. He doesn't want the barracks to see this. And there's 1 Vulture. Yeah, I think at 2 Vultures, you send up your Vultures then. Okay, he's making a third Vulture. Now, the fact that Gypsy made 2 Vultures before the add-on is super powerful. If Nyoken catches these, like, I could see Nyoken getting way far ahead now. Oh, he actually gets a decent first volley. Yeah, I think Nyoken just no, Gypsy just barely gets it. So he's 1 hit up on the Vultures, so he'll actually end up winning this. Oh, that's brutal. Now, see, this is what I was talking about, where going Vulture versus Vulture is such a pain in the ass. Because literally, Gypsy just was 1 shot ahead, so, like, that can snowball very quickly. Now, the 3 Marines of Nyoken walking into the main. He sees the 3 factory. Gonna pick off some of these SCVs. Putting some damage onto that Vulture. Of course, he made this command center not finished. Look at that. 1,449 out of 1,500. Now, this Vulture coming up does get the repair off. Nyoken going to pull out. And 3 factories. Okay, so it's 3 factory Vulture against 3 factory Vulture. Nyoken finishes his command center first. Don't forget, he went 3rd depot before command center so that he could do that little attack that we saw. And honestly, it didn't even go as well as it could have. Like, if he had gotten the proper first volley in the center, he would have done a bit more damage overall. But yeah, Gypsy gets that finished. It's very, very close right now. Gypsy is actually still mining gas and has an armory. Over on Nyoken's side, he scouted what was going on. And notice he's not making an armory. If your opponent has 3 factories, they can't have a starport at this point. So Nyoken skips that. He's going double add-on. What are we doing, Nyoken? Is he going, like, he must be going tank Vulture? Oh, he's in trouble now. Comes down with 4 Vultures against 3. Guys, I told you 3 factory versus 3 factory can be silly. If you have 1 Vulture more, oftentimes you win the game. This is why some Terran players do like to dodge that. So that's a pretty big advantage for Gypsy, but Nyoken was making a tank during this time, which is part of the reason why he lost that fight, but also why he'll end up holding and still has a chance. All right, so he kills off those Vultures. Definitely, Nyoken took a bit of SCV damage. Oh, no. Okay, so what happened here? Oh, this is... I can't tell you how frustrating this is. I would be screaming right now. What happened there is he went to make the commands or the comsat quickly, and he probably just misclicked where it was, and the command center lifted off to go to where he told it. So now he's lost a ton of mining time as well, unfortunately. Now he does have 3 tanks. The tanks, like, these Vultures can't beat that, but they're laying mines, and this is what I was afraid of for Nyoken, right? Gypsy focused on the Vultures. He's very standard like that. Uh-oh. Okay, Nyoken's just walking across the map. Well, there is a wall here. Looks like Gypsy wants to try to crush his way through the wall. So Nyoken might have to move up his ramp, but Nyoken's attack... Okay, Gypsy picking off some of the Vultures is really important. If Nyoken walks into mines, he's going to be in trouble. Oh, God. Yeah, there's 1 hit. Kills that one off. But the amount of damage he's taken, the Vultures now can win. Nyoken's in trouble. Yeah, he's going to target with the tank. Here come his own Vultures. Oh, that was actually a very quick pick-off by Nyoken, but he will end up losing those. More SCVs going down for Nyoken. You can see Gypsy with a pretty big supply advantage at this point. He's going to target that mine. Oh, boy. And that's going to be GG. All right. All right, in the top center at 12 o'clock of Neo Sylphid, our dominator of the Ascension Finals is Gypsy. And on the left-hand side, Protoss player who actually did the best out of the group phase, the previous group phase, the round of 9. It's Dragon. Not able to win yet against Gypsy. We haven't had a Dragon Nyoken match yet, but if Gypsy keeps winning, we're going to have to do a tiebreak of that. Yeah, I mean... I really hope that Dragon can win this and maybe go on a little streak and challenge Gypsy for first place. But Gypsy's been playing pretty out of control. He's had great builds. Just super solid macro. And you can see what that standard strong macro play can do for you if you can hit it. Now, Neo Sylphid, I think this is one of my favorite maps for Terran vs. Protoss. Really both sides. I think it's just really dynamic, the games that you get here. So don't feel like either side is favored. I know that Dragon has been checking out his replays against Gypsy. Well, he was in replays, so I would be very surprised if he's like watching Zerg vs. Zergs while the tournament's going on. But yeah, I think he's been looking at it, looking for some holes in Gypsy's play, where Gypsy is weak and stuff, what his tendencies are for today, because that can change over time too. Yeah, some pretty dominating performance thus far. Looks like Gypsy wants to go for a gasless expansion, puts his barracks way up front. Now, Dragon's going to scout that first. And just Dragon getting up here first does give him a little bit more of an option as to what he wants to do. Obviously, he's going to harass with the probe. I think Gypsy will instantly take the gas when he sees the probe. Obviously, you got to send a worker down as well. Dragon, I think, will probably pop out a Zealot. I don't see any reason not to. Yeah, he's making a Zealot right now. And yeah, there's the gas for Gypsy. So this is pretty standard. If your opponent scouts you very quickly when you're going gasless expand, you just go gas. And it's a very flexible opener because of that. Like, basically, if you're going gasless expand and they scout you quickly and they steal your gas, you lose the game. They can, like, just do any sort of cheese and you're not going to hold it. All your buildings are, like, at the front, so range goons will kill you and stuff like that. Immediately throwing down this Sim City for a Marine to run through, as well as a bunker. So Gypsy trying to be prepared for an incoming Zealot, which is coming. His SCV right in front of it, so he sees where it's at. Gas is up for Dragon. But he's actually going to make a Nexus. I kind of like it. He's going to get his expansion up before Gypsy, and Gypsy does turn the SCV around, so he's actually going to scout what's going on here. Yeah, and he's only mining with 1 on gas, so his command center is not going to be that much later. But even just seeing that his opponent's going Nexus is so helpful. Because if you see that they're going Nexus, you can just be like, oh, okay, like, I don't really need to defend anything. Because there's no aggression that they can do without their gas units. No Dragoon range. Obviously, there can't be DTs or Reavers anytime soon. So pops in, sees what's what. Gonna get down here and see the Cybernetics core timing and everything. And now we get to see from Gypsy, how does he want to play this? There's a lot of options. Like, he can play just a standard macro game with an armory. I think that against this build, going 4-fact is actually pretty strong. It's something that we've seen in the past where, like, if Protoss tech is delayed at all, it's something Light actually likes to do. Like, for instance, if he does a gasless expand against a Nexus first. So yeah, he has quite a few options. Zealot coming to chase the SCV. Ooh, gets a nice little hit. Sees that range starting. Nexus finishing up when the command center is 2/3 done. So Dragon gonna get just slightly ahead on economy here. Has to be feeling pretty good about that. Now, double factory for Gypsy. We don't know if he's going to go into 4-factory because there's a lot of different variations you can do with this build. Like, you can do, for instance, a 3-tank Vulture with speed and mine push with this. You can also go into 4-fact from here. That's definitely a doable one. And, I mean, you can just play, like, kind of a middle-of-the-road macro game, too. Like, where you get an armory relatively quickly after this and, like, run around with Vultures with, like, 1 tank with siege. So, yeah, there's quite a few options. He's getting that second gas. Second gate going up. As well as a Citadel. Okay. I like the change from Dragon here. Gypsy, this game, not making an engineering bay like he has on the previous games. Instead, you know, he did get that scout off and saw how late the Cybernetics core was for Dragon, so you don't really expect DT. I kind of like this, though, because if Gypsy does do one of these pushes where it's like either the 2-fact pressure or the 4-fact, which is a little bit slower, he should not have an academy when either of those hit. So DTs can just stomp it into the ground, and Dragon can go quick arbiter off of that, like a 2-base arb into 3rd base relatively quickly. All right, so Gypsy gonna go 4-fact. And, like, it's not like you automatically lose here unless Gypsy literally goes no detection like that. Yeah, you can lose then, obviously. But, yeah, Dragon might... Like, he will stop the push, right? You can't push with the tanks. You can run around with Vultures for sure, because they have speed and mines. But honestly, Gypsy is playing so greedily here, which I think is... Like, he set this up well, to be honest. Oh my god. Okay, he's just going to right-click on that bunker. 3 tanks out. Like, you're okay. You're okay here. The Dragoons, they break the bunker, but 2 Zealots die. There's like a very red Dragoon. Gypsy's okay with this. Like, he can pop out and do some damage. But even just showing the amount of gateway units that you're utilizing here makes you more confident that it's not DT as well. Because you're like, oh, okay, that's a lot of units. Okay, observatory on the way. Where are the DTs? They must just be making right now. 3rd base coming up. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe he goes storm and shuttle from here. Now, 5 tanks walking out. The goon's going to slow this down a little bit. I wouldn't mind him actually running with these goons now. Yeah, he kills 2 tanks pretty well. Now, run home with these and let the DTs clean up. Gypsy, at this point, it's all on the vultures if he's going to win this game. Because, yeah, there's going to be DTs dropping his main. He doesn't have an eBay. He doesn't have an academy. He might just GG as the swipe comes. That is a possibility. He actually doesn't leave a DT home. Okay, he does pop another one out, so that's going to hold that pretty easily. And here comes the DT drop. Yeah, we might just see a GG. It is... Like, maybe he lays the mines around and tries to wiggle his way back in. But yeah, you can see that Dragon's not going to take any economic damage from this. Like, maybe he loses his whole army, but we literally don't have detection. And there's a shuttle, so it's like you actually need the DTs to walk into mines. That's the only way to clear them right now. Yeah, nice game here from Dragon. Looks like he is going to pick it up. Like, if Gypsy wins this, he is the scariest monster ever. And Terran is a cheater race. Yeah, okay. GG. Dragon takes it down. Okay, so that was an interesting game for a lot of reasons. Every game against Dragon so far, Gypsy went turrets. They were up front. You saw him. You saw how safe he was playing every time. So I feel like he set himself up for a position where you assume that there will be a turret, even if you don't see it, and you might not go DT. So he went for a very risky build that if your opponent is not going DT, you can crush a lot of things with it. But if they are going DT, it's kind of hard countered, right? So a very powerful build from Gypsy. And I actually think that was a very good plan from him, but it did not work out, obviously. Dragon able to take that down and finally get a map win here.